Hey there! So you're interested in Avon leadership, but maybe you're a little confused, you don't know what the next steps are for you, or perhaps you've already added somebody to your team, congratulations, and you're just kind of lost. You don't know what to send them, you're super confused. So I'm totally here to help you through all of those questions. So my name is Marcella. And as you see by today's title, we are going to be talking about Introduction to Avon Leadership, specifically today talking about the promoter and ambassador level. So, Avon Leadership is such an amazing thing. When I got started with Avon, I honestly didn't think I was going to get into leadership. I just thought I was going to do strictly sales. But I learned very quickly, especially from my mom, who is a top leader with Avon, how awesome it is to start building a team. One, you really do start to build a sense of community, which is something that I love. Within the past year with Avon, I've been able to build a really great team. Honestly, I feel like my team really started building the beginning of this year. So it's May 20th of 2020. I would say like in February, my team really started building. So I kind of share that with you just not to lose hope. Maybe it can take a little bit to start building a team, to start finding people that are interested. So yeah, throughout this training or presentation, I'm going to go ahead and share some experiences that I have with Avon because I'm still pretty new to leadership. Yes, I'm learning, but I'm very lucky to have an awesome mentor with my mom that has really helped me kind of through the leadership ropes. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit about me and where I am right now with leadership. I am right now at the Silver Ambassador level. I do have a goal though to get to gold leader. Sorry, not gold leader, bronze leader. Bronze leader by the end of the year. It's a pretty big goal, but I think it's great for us to set goals for ourselves. So let's kind of get started into Avon leadership. So I love looking at this photo. It really does show the sense of community that you have when you start building your Avon team. So this is actually members of my mom. As I mentioned earlier, she's a really big leader in Avon. Her team called Avon Legacy Team. And I'm right here with my husband. We were super lucky to be able to win this trip to Los Cabos, Mexico last year. And that was all through leadership and sales. And so the cool thing about Avon is, you can do whatever you want to do. So if you are somebody who just wants to stick to sales, you can do that. But if you want to hop over and start earning more with leadership, you can start doing that too. So I always let people know that you're not required to get into leadership, but it's definitely where you will start seeing earnings with Avon. And so it's really cool. You start building a team, helping others succeed, which can be super rewarding too. And plus, when they earn, you earn too with leadership. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that. First, we're going to start off by talking about the promoter level. So when you're a promoter, when you already signed up your first team member. So to start earning as a promoter, your first team member must place an order. Now let's say you've signed up your second team member. Congratulations, you are now a star promoter. So to start earning here as a star promoter, your first and your second member must place orders. Okay, so it's pretty simple. This is the promoter level. So you can be a promoter and then you get that second representative on your team and you're a star promoter. Now this is when the good stuff comes in because on top of earning from what they sell, Avon also has a ton of bonuses, which I'm going to talk about in this video that you can earn. Okay, so the first one being the qualified new recruit bonus. And so this means that you are rewarded for recruiting and developing your new reps within their first 2 campaigns, okay? So pretty much how this works is that you earn a $20 cash bonus every time you sponsor a new representative who submits a paid order of $150 or more within their first 2 campaigns, okay? So this bonus is paid in addition to any other bonuses you might earn on your new representative's orders. So this is what I'm saying. You get so many bonuses when you get into leadership. It's so awesome. So I love this because it's a little graphic showing how it kind of works. So you are the representative, right? You're right here. You recruit someone. She has 2 campaigns to place that order of $150 or more. For you to get a cash bonus of $20. So let's say it's her first campaign and she sells $100. But her second campaign, she sells $200. That means you get that $20 cash bonus. So the awesome thing is that for every new representative you bring in, you are able to earn this bonus. So that's why I say it's really important for you to work hand in hand with that new representative, get them, set up for success by giving them training and constantly, mentoring them and just motivating them, because as I said earlier, when they earn, you earn. Okay, so this is the first bonus that you get with Avon, and it's the qualified and new recruit bonus. And so this is kind of not reoccurring, but like I said, every time you get a new representative, this is something that you can qualify for, is that qualified new recruit bonus. Okay, so next we have the sponsor bonus. So you are rewarded on an ongoing basis when you and your new reps place orders. Okay, so it's super important. Not only does your representative have to be active in placing orders, but you also have to be an active representative in placing orders. Okay, so when you sell $50 or more in a campaign, you're going to earn the 3% sponsoring bonus on the personal sales of all representatives that you've recruited. Okay, so this is paid in addition to any other bonuses that you may be earning on those sales. So let's say, you're the representative here and you sell more than $50, okay? And then your new representative is placing orders. So any order that she places, she has to place somewhat of an order. You're going to earn 3% bonus on what she sells when you sell over $50, okay? So this is on top of that bonus we just talked about. You get 3% on what she sells. Okay, so now this is really, really important. So again, right now I'm just talking about promoter. Next, we're going to talk about ambassador. So as a promoter, your focus really is selling amazing products to your consumers and inviting others to join your team. So that's kind of your focus as a promoter, right? So I love this because it's like kind of the career and compensation plan at a glance. So don't get confused by all these little numbers, because I do kind of explain them to you down here. But we talked about being a promoter and a star promoter. So your goal as a promoter is to have, remember, at least personal sales of $50. That's the minimum though. You always want to, have a higher goal, but your minimum should be always $50, because if you don't have at least $50, you're not going to get that 3% sponsoring bonus. Okay. Remember we talked about that. Here tells you how many orders you are required to have in order for you to earn. So remember, at promoter, you have at least one, but that one person has to place an order for you to get that sponsoring bonus. At a star promoter, you have to have at least 2 people, okay? Here, there are team sales. So at the promoter level, Avon's not requiring you to have any team sales. Here is that qualified new recruit, the one-time $20 recruiting bonus. Remember, we talked about that. Once your new representative has a minimum order of $150 within their first 2 campaigns, Avon's going to give you a bonus of $20, which is super cool. And then here is that 3% sponsoring bonus. Okay, yeah, I definitely meant to put this arrow over here. Here is that 3% sponsoring bonus. So again, you're going to earn a 3% bonus when you have a minimum of $50 in personal sales. So now, let's say you have those 2 people on your team and you're ready to sign up maybe 3, 4, or 5 people, and you're wondering, okay, Marcella, but what's next? What's next for me as an Avon representative? Well, I've got some great news for you. So what's next for you is the ambassador bracket, or the ambassador level. So here is where you really start working your team, your Avon team. So your next goal is going to be to hit bronze ambassador. So this means at this point, you're going to have personal sales of $200, okay? Your total team sales are $1,000, and then total G1 orders are 3. What G1 means is your first generation, okay? This means these are people that you personally recruited, so you have to have at least 3 people that are placing orders in order for you to become a bronze ambassador, okay? So that is the next step after star promoter, is to hit bronze ambassador. Next is silver ambassador. So your minimum requirements for here, $200 in personal sales stays the same, but now your team sales have gone up to $2,000. You're going to need to have a total of 6 Generation 1 orders. Again, Generation 1 orders means people that you have personally recruited. And so why this is important is, let's say you're starting to build a team, right? So let's say I recruited somebody, but then she recruited somebody too. At that point, that person is in my 2nd generation, right? Because she's not my first, she's my 2nd generation. If that 2nd generation person places an order, it counts towards my team sales, but it does not count towards my total G1 orders. So that's something to keep in mind, you need to have at least 6 of those G1 orders, okay, in order to meet the requirements to become a silver ambassador. And the next is gold ambassador, okay? So here, again, the personal sales are staying the same, but your team sales have gone up to $4,000. And now at this point, you need 9 total Generation 1 orders. Alrighty, so something to keep in mind. It's totally possible because so many representatives have done it. You just have to be very, very, very strategic. So similar to how we did the plan at a glance for the promoter level, I want to do the same for ambassador because again, this is going to be your next goal for you. So here, as you can see, we talked about bronze, silver, and gold. For personal sale, it's all going to stay the same. To be honest, the more you go in with Avon or you grow with Avon, your personal sales will never exceed $200, which is good to know. Your G1 orders did increase from 3 at bronze, 6 at silver, and 9 at gold. Your total team sales are going to increase. So again, this team sales is your summation of your personal sales plus your G1, G2, and G3 team sales. So again, what that means is if I recruit somebody, she's my G1. If she recruits somebody, she's my G2. And if that person recruits somebody, that's my G3. Okay, so that's kind of how the G1, 2, and 3 works there. So that's a combination of your total team sales, which is really cool because, you know, it's not like you have to count on your G1 to complete those team sales, but it's quite a bit of people once people start getting into leadership in your team and starts really adding up. Now let's look at, you know, the qualified new recruit, which we already talked about earlier. So again, every single time you bring in a new representative, if they sell $150 within their first 2 campaigns, you get a bonus of $20, and that's for every single new recruit that you bring in. Here we have that sponsoring bonus. So you're going to earn a 3% bonus on the sales of new recruits when you have a minimum of $50 in personal sales. We're going to talk about the promotion and mentor bonus in just a second. So these are earned for the first time that you title an achievement, and you are paid over 4 campaigns. So again, we're going to talk about that a little bit later, but as you can see, those bonuses increase every single time that you reach a new title, which is super amazing. And then here we have generation bonuses. So these are calculated at 70% of the paid team sales from your downline. And then we have leader bonuses that are calculated at 70% of the respective team sales of leaders and executive leaders in your downline. Okay, so as you can see, these generation bonuses also start to increase as you grow with Avon. So 3% at G1, 4%, and then 5%. And then for your G2, they do all stick to just the 3%, and then you do start earning on your G3 once you hit gold ambassador. And the more that you get into leadership and you start growing with leadership, all of these percentages do start increasing. So now let's get into promotion bonuses. So at the beginning, with the bronze ambassador title, you will start to earn a one-time promotion bonus the first time that you promote to a new title. Okay, so the bonus amount increases with each title promotion. These bonuses are paid out in 4 equal installments each time that you maintain the requirements for your new title. So for example, when you promote to bronze ambassador for the first time, you're eligible for that $500 promotion bonus, as you can see right here, which is paid in 4 equal installments of $125 each time you maintain the requirements for your new title. Okay, so as you can see really here, I mean, the bonuses keep increasing and increasing and increasing. I mean, can you imagine getting this $20,000 promotion when you reach the platinum executive level? Like, that's insane. So the incentives are there. You know, you earn as you start building your team, as you start growing, you know, you advance up in the career plan. Like, it's awesome. And so let's talk a little bit more about these installments that we're talking about here with Avon. With Avon, they have something called a grace campaign. And so we're talking again about the bronze ambassador level. So Avon understands that despite preparation and effort, that life can sometimes get in the way, and so they give us grace campaigns to help us out. So what this looks like is, let's say you're in campaign 1 and you hit all of the requirements to get to bronze ambassador. Okay, at the end of that, you are going to earn $125. Okay, but remember, in order for you to get the full 500, you need to meet those requirements for 4 campaigns. Okay, Avon is saying in campaign 2, let's say you hit the requirements again. Okay, but let's say campaign 3, maybe your team sales didn't hit that $1,000 out of the requirements for bronze ambassador. Avon will give you that grace campaign. They'll say it's okay, we get it, things happen, we're going to give you another shot for campaign 4. Right there in campaign 3, you're not going to earn that $125 because you didn't meet those requirements, but let's say you made them in campaign 4, you get that $125, and then again in campaign 5, another $125. So that's kind of how that works. Let's say at campaign 3, you get that grace period, but let's say in campaign 4, you weren't able to meet the requirements again. That's where the bonuses stop, and you only received $250 because you were able to reach it in campaign 1 and campaign 2. The thing is, though, it's a one-time bonus. So once you missed it, you cannot go back and try to get that $500 or get the rest of those $500 bonuses, okay? Your next promotion bonus would come at the silver ambassador level when you get to that level and you achieve the $750. But again, that would be broken up into 4 installments, okay? So just something to remember when you do start getting into leadership, you really want to keep track of your team sales, how your team is doing, being a great leader, a great mentor, encouraging, motivating, having team meetings. I mean, there's a lot that does go into maintaining a great and successful team, which I have learned. But it's fun, and you get these amazing bonuses, so it all comes at a great cost, okay? So I was editing this video and I realized I never talked about mentor bonuses, so I wanted to hop on here and make sure that I talk to you guys about mentor bonuses, and so that's why I look totally different with no makeup on, but whatever, you get the real me. So mentor bonuses are awesome because as a leader, you get rewarded for your role in developing other leaders within your first generation. Okay, so we talked about, again, your first generation are people that you have personally recruited. So your leadership is acknowledged with a bonus for every representative in your G1 that promotes to a bronze ambassador hire for the first time. So in order to receive that mentor bonus, you must maintain the same title or higher as the promoting leader. So for example, let's say you're starting off your team and you are at the silver ambassador level. You have somebody that's kind of been with you in the same pace. She's on your team. She's in your first generation, but she's been killing it in recruiting and she's been building her team, and she happens to pass you and is a gold ambassador. That's actually super possible. I've seen it a couple of times within leaders where somebody in their first generation actually passes them when it comes to titles. If that happens to you, then you don't receive that mentor bonus because she actually surpassed you in leadership title, okay? So similar to the promotion bonus, these bonuses are paid out in 4 equal installments each time the promoting leader maintains the requirements for the new title, okay? So this is awesome. It's another bonus that you get. As you can see here, in this video we're focusing on ambassador, so only focus on this, but obviously still look at the leader and executive leader because that should be a goal for you. But as you can see, if you start developing bronze ambassadors in your team, you get a $250 bonus. Silver ambassador, gold ambassador, and it just keeps getting higher and higher and higher. So that's why, again, I keep stressing it, but it's so important to keep track of your team members and their success and finding different strategies to really help them build their team. So now let's get into generation bonuses, okay? So this is where your earning potential grows as you start to build a strong team, okay? So when you become a star promoter, you begin earning a bonus on the team sales of your team, okay? The percentage you earn and the number of generations that you are paid are based on your performance title, regardless of the titles of the representatives in your generation, okay? So it's all based on what your current title is. So let's say you start building a team, but nobody in that team really gets into leadership. It's totally fine because it's all based on your performance title, okay? So as you can see here, at a star promoter, you're gonna start earning 3% on what your 2 representatives sell. Once you start getting into bronze ambassador, silver, gold, that starts increasing. And as you can start seeing here, once you hit gold ambassador, you're gonna even start earning on your 3rd generation sales, which is super, super exciting. So those percentages do go up, as I mentioned earlier. Alrighty, so now that we've talked about all of the requirements and the different bonuses that you can get with Avon Leadership, I want to share some of my favorite tips as to how I have been able to grow my team. And so I'll be honest when I say that I've been able to start my team really online. I'm somebody too that with my Avon business, I've been working it online, although I did have a goal for myself to kind of get more out in my community and such, but with all that's going on right now in the world, it's obviously not possible. So perhaps that'll be a goal for 2021 or later in the year. But for the past year and a half, I've really been working my business online, and I've seen such great success with YouTube. So I actually have, this is kind of covering up that part, but let me move myself over here. But as you can see here, I have create videos on YouTube, and it's really helped me out in people finding me and wanting to join my team. And so kind of my thought process on that is that, when I am interested in something or when I want to learn more about something, when I have questions, the two places I go are typically YouTube, because I'm a visual person and I'd rather see videos versus read, or Google, okay? And so I figured, I'm like that. I'm sure there are many other people like that too. And so what I started doing is I would take, questions that I kept getting from new representatives, or even just updates or things that I learned that I wanted to share. I would create a video and put them up on YouTube, and I noticed that people were finding me that way. So as you can see here, I have create content on Avon tips, so how to sell, how to grow a team, explaining different programs, share Avon product reviews and tutorials, share your story, and the number one thing is to show your personality. The number one thing I always get back is people tell me they like my personality. They like something about me, whether it was my story as to why I joined Avon, the way I explain things maybe, but people are drawn to me for some reason, and maybe not everyone's not going to be drawn to me, but some people are. And so that's why I think it's so important to create videos and just show your personality. And I know it's a little bit tough at first because it's really weird having a camera in front of you. But the more you do it, the more you're consistent with it, you'll become more comfortable with it. So this is another tip that I have, and this is something I actually learned from my mom, and that is to mention buy or sell. So a lot of the time, people don't even know that they can join Avon. They just think, I'm just gonna buy Avon from this lady or from my friend, and that's it. But when you talk to people and they ask what you do, let them know about the two opportunities. You don't have to push it on them, but just talk about it like it's just, it's part of the conversation. And so something else is to share this, in videos, on business cards, in the back of your books. That's something I learned from my mom, is that, when you do have an Avon book, as many of you know, we have the opportunity to put a little something here. And so whether you use stamps or you use stickers, make sure you always put buy or sell there. Okay, and this is something you can also put in your email signature, in your social media bio, just so people know about the two opportunities, buy or sell. The next here is to share your experience. So let's say you accomplish something amazing with your business. Let other people know. You've worked so hard for your business. I would shout it from the rooftops. And so maybe you won a prize with Avon, you earned an incentive, you won a trip. Avon has something now called Avon Rewards. So even as a new representative, you can get rewards. And so for example, when you sell your first $60 through your online store, you can get a free gift. When you hit $2,500 in total sales, you get a free gift. And so share these things with your followers on Facebook and Instagram, friends and family. Show them why Avon is so different from any other direct selling company. And so now let's talk about what's next. So as I mentioned earlier, maybe you're watching this because you've signed someone up and you're just I don't know what to do next. So I'm here to help you out with that. First of all, congratulations if you've signed anyone up or multiple people up. I'm super proud of you. But what you need to do is you need to make sure that you get in contact with them. So let's say they found you through social media, and this is somebody you don't know who they are. They message you maybe through Facebook or Instagram, or they emailed you. I would try to call them as soon as possible just to get some information on them. Typically what I'll do is I'll introduce myself. I always ask them, if I don't know who they are, I'll ask them how they found me, because that gives me kind of feedback. Most of the time it's they find me through YouTube. So it's showing me that obviously my videos are working. So it kind of motivates me to create more videos. I've had before where people find me through Instagram, they were searching through the Avon hashtags and somebody found me that way. So that shows me use more hashtags and, certain hashtags. She actually gave me the exact hashtag that she found me on. So I always make sure to use that hashtag in my Instagram post. So that's important. And then just finding out more information on them. So why did they join? Maybe what are they currently doing? Are they on social media? Invite them to different groups that you have. Have they used Avon in the past? And just kind of get to know them a little bit more. And so typically this conversation for me will maybe last like 10 to 15 minutes. It's pretty short. And then I try to schedule something else with them after. So typically what I'll do is, lately I've been doing this where like it's every week or every other week, depending on how many new teammates I have, I will set up a Zoom onboarding call. And so I'll invite all of the new people that I have, during that week or, week and a half, 2 weeks, invite them to that call. And it's like about an hour long. And I just kind of talk to them about Avon, the different opportunities, the products that we have, especially as a new representative. There's so much that Avon is doing right now to really incentivize a new representative. And so I'll kind of set that up. And so I have a presentation that I put together through Canva. So you could do the same through PowerPoint, or maybe if you're pretty new to Avon too, just having that face-to-face connection. So if you just want to hop on Zoom and talk to them a little bit more, or maybe, like I said, if you're new, have your mentor join in on the call too. I think that's totally fine to have maybe your mentor help you with training this new representative. That's what we're here for as mentors, right? So that's what I do. That's what I like to do. And then I have a whole video where I share the first 6 things that a new representative to do. And this is something that I like to send my new teammates even before I schedule that Zoom onboarding presentation. This is something that I send them. It's like after we talk on the phone, but before that Zoom presentation. So it's a video where I talk about the first 6 things that a new representative should do. And so your 6 things might be a little bit different, but I highly recommend that you kind of put something together to give her an outline. Or maybe this is something that the two of you can do on a Zoom call, or you can explain to her on the phone. But what these things are is saving your account number and getting access to Avon Now, setting up your direct deposit, accessing your online store, customizing it, start sharing it, get on Avon U training. Avon shared a stat that representatives that do the Avon U training earn 3 times more than the ones that don't. So these are really, really important trainings, and I love them because they're really short and easy to understand. Next is to get familiar with the Pathway to Premier program. So this is a way that your new representative can earn over $3,000 in her first 8 campaigns, which is awesome. You want to make sure that she is aware of this program, and is also, not only is she keeping track of what she's doing, but that you are also kind of helping her with that. Because as a mentor, you're here to motivate her, because she might, not remember about this, but, remember, when she earns, you earn. So you want to make sure that you're helping her out with these things. And then last is to get social. So if she doesn't have a Facebook page, if she doesn't have Instagram, make sure that she's on those social media platforms. And also you want to make sure, I think I already mentioned this, but invite her to any team trainings that you have, any Facebook groups that maybe you have as a team, or maybe that you're a part of. There's a lot of great Facebook groups that are created by other Avon representatives that I really, really love. So I'll go ahead and link those down below that have really helped me a ton. And then you want to make sure you invite her to go like the Avon USA Representatives Facebook page, because that is where Avon does a lot of their trainings. But these are kind of, I know it seems like a lot, but this is what I do with my new representative. And, something else that I think is really important too is you don't want to overwhelm her, because it is a lot, And one of my favorite things, and I always tell people, new representatives, I love when they come to me with questions, because that shows me that they're interested, that they want to learn more, that they're open to learning more. And so people will tell me, like, I'm so sorry for contacting you or bugging you. And I tell them, like, I swear you're not bugging me. I love it when you ask me these questions, because it shows that you're interested. And so something that I've always said is that, I train the way I want to be trained. And I guess it's kind of the same as like treated, like I'm very intentional when I'm talking to my new representatives. I make sure to take my time. I set aside, if somebody wants to learn more about fundraising, I love doing those one-on-one calls. Zoom. I've been really into Zoom lately, because I love that I can see their face. I can share my screen. And so that's something that I am. I'm super intentional. I love to set time aside for people. So, when you are going through these things, be patient. be encouraging, share your personal stories. If you don't know something, it's 100% okay. There's some things that I still don't know. And I mean, I've been with the company for a year and a half, but that's fine. You don't have to know everything. You just tell them, wow, that's an awesome question. I haven't even thought of that. So I love that you brought it up to me. Why don't we, give me some time. I'm going to go ahead and call Avon and I'll figure it out. Or I'll ask my mentor and I'll figure it out. I've done that so many times where I'll call my mom and she gives me the answer right away because she's been with Avon for 20 years. So again, you don't have to know the answer to everything. And that's something that I really tell people when they're getting into leadership, because people will be like, well, I feel like I don't even know everything about Avon yet. And I'm like, girl, I'm in the same boat. I don't know everything about Avon, but it's fine. There's people that have been with Avon for years that still don't know everything. So we're still learning every single day, okay? So these are some of the things that I do with the representatives when they first start. Again, be patient. Explain things. Don't throw everything at them at once because it is going to overwhelm them. So maybe kind of gauge how the person is. What I do is typically I'll send them the first 6 things you can do. And then I kind of check in on them to make sure that they do understand the Pathway to Premier program, because that one can be, I don't think it's tricky, but it definitely needs some explanation at times. Some people don't get it at first, but it's really important that they understand that program because that's really where they're going to start seeing earnings. Again, I'm going to go ahead and link that video down below so you can go ahead and watch it if you don't know what that program is. But there is that. And now I want to head over to my Avon account so I can show you a little bit more on some more tools and things that you can use to really start growing your leadership business and your team. Alrighty, so as you can see here, we are in my Avon backend, and there are 2 things that I want to show you. The first one being the Intro to Leadership section in Avon now. And so again, it is May of 2020, so this may change in the future, but as of now, this is what it is. So when you log into your Avon account, you're going to go to Seller Central and go down to Intro to Leadership. And so here it explains to you a little bit about leadership, the benefits, the amazing things that you get. You see some testimonials. This is really cool. So this is the career and compensation guide, which I use a lot from this guide to in my presentation that I did earlier. And I have the physical copy here, which I love, but here, just download this digital copy. It's really good to have on hand, especially as you're starting to build your team. So it goes a little bit into commissions as a representative, President's Club, and then here is where we start talking about the bonuses. And then these are things I didn't talk about, which is leader bonuses and lifestyle bonuses, just because for these bonuses, they don't affect the ambassador or the promoter level, so I didn't bother even talking about them. But if you want to set goals for yourself, which I recommend you do, go ahead and look into those bonuses because they will definitely motivate you, okay? For example, this lifestyle bonus. So once you are in the executive title, Avon rewards you with this bonus every 2 weeks. So on top of all that you're getting, Avon's going to give you a 250 lifestyle bonus, okay? So that's super, super cool once you start getting up in the Avon ranks. And this is cool because this is that career and compensation plan that I was sharing earlier. So this, as I mentioned, it goes into, we talked about ambassador and we talked about promoter, but as you can see here, you get into leader and executive leader, okay? So this is an awesome tool to have, an awesome guide to have. But then if you go up here to mentor tools, you're going to go ahead and click here where it says Vibe. And then here are a ton of tools that are really going to help you when you're getting into leadership, mentor tools, call scripts, understanding earnings, which we already talked about, but onboarding, like Q&As, sorry, not Q&As, FAQs. So go ahead and I recommend that you look into this, okay? So before I leave you all for the day, I just want to remind you all of some things. With leadership, make sure you're being super patient, not only with your new teammates, but with yourself, especially as you're starting off. Be kind to yourself. You are still learning. And remember, you want to train people the same way you want to be trained. So take your time with your new representatives, explain things to them, motivate people as much as possible, sharing your why, sharing your story, encouraging others to find their why is really, really important too, because finding your why is really going to help you when kind of things get tough or, maybe that person wants to give up, just reminding them of what their why was. And remember that you don't have to know everything, okay? So I am still learning and I don't let that stop me from wanting to grow my team. team. It's very easy just to get on the phone with my mentor and ask her for a question if I don't know something, or even call the Avon Care Center, which they're so amazing and they help us out a ton. So again, if you are still learning, don't let that stop you from building your business, okay? Again, my name is Marcella. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned a ton. I know it's a lot, but yeah, I hope this motivated you to start building your Avon team. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below, or you can even email me. I'll leave my email in the description box. And make sure to subscribe to my channel because I am constantly coming out with new Avon training videos, okay? Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.